Riley trips him up. Watch the left side of the line here.
Summers Gavin is going to pull big number 75, and then you log the guy inside. Keep outside leverage, push inside. Green does a nice job of running right off of that left guard. Good fit up front. Remember, Cal is pretty young up front. They lost some very good players off the team a year ago. Those guys have gotten better week after week.
Well, I think the big tight end, Anthony Miller, got away with a little bit of hold on there. Looks like he was going to put a headlock on somebody.
Hey, brother, if they don't call it, it's not a penalty.
First down and 10. Here's Vereen again. He's the workhorse carrying the load, and he's also carrying a bunch of Stanford jerseys. Down inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. Udofia finally bringing him down.
Udofia from that three-technique tackle position actually had Vereen at the line of scrimmage, but Vereen maybe is tired of hearing about all the yards after contact that Gerhard gets, and he actually made a very nice run, probably 4 yards, Ron, after he felt the first contact.
Of course, Jeff Tedford not calling the play, says he may suggest 4 or 5 a game. Andy Ludwig doing that. Second down and 5. Bosky Johnson now in the lineup, and he's got the football straight up the middle. Puts the pads down to the 16-yard line. Boy, he hit that hole so quickly, the redshirt freshman out of Chandler, Arizona.
And Cal will go in and out of one back and two back running. But watch the fullback's going to lead up. It's really just a true isolation play. Actually, they call it Bob, back on backer, and then Johnson takes it up inside. A very good block by the fullback, Brian Hawley.
Boy, he lowered the boom on that, picked up a 13 on the play.
And you noticed his angle, too, kind of inside out, wanting his running back, Johnson, to run up inside of him.
And now Green back into the lineup. Cal actually with more yardage than Stanford in this ballgame so far. Little play action trying to set up a screen. Riley running away from everybody. He's just going to toss it out of bounds. They were trying to set up the screen to Vereen on the left side.
And I actually think the screen was there. It's just the pressure by number 54, Udofia, was just a little bit too early. And it's a screen game, so open receivers. This guy right here thinks he's open, and you can see that he is. But remember, there are offensive linemen that are about ready to be called downfield if Riley was to throw that ball. Riley does a decent job of getting away from pressure and then throwing the ball out of bounds, not taking the sack.
Second down and 10 from the 16. Bosky Johnson back into the lineup. Riley straight drop. Looks, pass tipped away, intended for Jones. Great defensive effort by Richard Sherman. We saw in the Arizona game, Sherman was picked on. This time he comes up with good D.
Jones is just going to run the skinny post. The ball's a little bit too late. You can see that when Jones looked back for that ball, the ball really needed to be hitting his hands about that same time. A little bit late by Riley allowed Sherman to come underneath and get his left hand on it.
But Kelly, here we go again in the red zone. They had great red zone field position a moment ago. Had to settle for the field goal. Third down and 10 from the 16. Got to get to the 6-yard line. Four-man pressure. Riley double clutches, throws, tip. Is it intercepted? Yes, it'll be intercepted by Stanford's Richard Sherman.
It allows the play caller, Jim Harbaugh, to have a lot more confidence.
Number 1 in the Pac-10 in pass efficiency rating. Luck this time's pass tipped up in the air. Could have been intercepted, but it wasn't. Sidquan Thompson on the coverage. Pass was intended for Owusu.
Sidquan Thompson, a ton of experience in the secondary, and Luck did a nice job off to the right side. It's just a curl route. Come back. But Thompson actually ran the route better than the receiver did in Owusu on that play. Thompson is that big play guy in the secondary. Cal could really use some plays. Young man here this evening.
I wonder if Devin Bishop is kicking himself because Sidquan kicked it up in the air and Bishop had a chance at it. Second down and 10 from the 20. Luck under center. The pitch back to Gerhard. He's got a couple of nice blocks on the outside. Skips over the first tackler. Gets up to the 25 to the 26-yard line. Pickup of 6 on the play. Mike Mohammed there. Also Sidquan Thompson went underneath him, but Toby Gerhard, you talked to...
Action pass, two-man route, and Cal just simply had everyone covered.
Well, 2 TDs, no picks or sacks versus USC last week. On 3rd down and 8, here comes some pressure. He steps up, passes bobbled and dropped, intended for Chris Owusu. Now, he had some problems holding out of the foot red zone a couple of times, only came away with 3 points. And Riley will go back upstairs. Pass is complete up to the 22-yard line. Alex Lageman, the sophomore out of Saratoga, California. That's his first catch of the afternoon. But you look at Riley, he is now 4 of 12 throwing the football. You know, how do you get this guy in rhythm now?
You know, he hasn't looked comfortable. Stanford, like we talked about, was going to get pressure early to try to speed Kevin Riley's thinking up. And you've already seen that. He hasn't been comfortable, therefore he hasn't been accurate.
Well, in the wins, he completes 63% of his passes, and the losses 44%. Marie's having a nice night because he gets over the 30 to the 32-yard line. Let's check in with Lewis Johnson.
Right, I've been watching Kevin Riley. He was so frustrated 2 possessions ago when they came up to the sideline having to settle for a field goal, and even more frustration after having thrown that interception. But he's been talking with his wide receivers, talking with his line, trying to give them confidence that they'd get it together. Also overheard their running back coach telling Vereen to stay aggressive and make sure he wraps the ball up with all the heavy hitting out there on the field.
That's Ron Gould, who prepared him for last week's adventure of 30 carries, 150-plus yards. 1st down and 10. Now a little flea flicker. They go back to Riley. Stanford reads it well, and he's going to have to throw it away. Another wasted play. You do. I'm sure we haven't seen the end of flea flickers and reverses. 2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line. Riley's pass complete to Marvin Jones. Gets close to the 1st down, then he is shoved back by Batamosi. See where they'll mark it. They'll mark it at the 41. That'll be just about a half a yard short.
Not a very good job of Jones knowing what his team needs right there. Chase the defender off, snap it off on the curl route, and then get the 1st down. He had the 1st down early, and then he gave it up. Field awareness, situation in the game, down and distance, all those things are figured into being a good football player.
Well, 3rd down and 1, and Cal only 2 of 6 tonight. Got the 1st down up to the 44-yard line, still fighting for another inch or 2. Masafilo on the 1st hit. They're glad to have him back, and you look at the Stanford defense, they've lost a couple of what the coaches call energy players. A 3rd down, they need 2. Less than 50% today. Riley looks for a quickie to the left. Gets away from the 1st wave, and he'll get the 1st down to the 42-yard line. Thomas Kaiser tries to wrap him up. Broken up tonight by Sherman, and as we mentioned, he's got a pick. 2nd down and 10 from the 42. 3:03 to play in the half. Riley into the flat, outstretched hands, passes complete to Lageman. Let's check in with Al Troutwig. Pac-10 update with Oregon and Arizona.
Okay, Ron, Jeremiah Masoli calls his own number on the fake handoff. Arizona bites in. He's into the end zone. 7-0 for the Ducks. Back to you and Kelly.
All right, that's got the major Rose Bowl implications on the line. Here comes Cal again. Another 3rd down play, Kelly.
And they like Lageman, number 5, matched up on scope, the linebacker, but now Stanford is going nickel and taking that linebacker out of the game.
3 wide receivers to the right. Vereen joins Riley in the backfield. They're going to put it up on 3rd and 2. Throws the strike inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line to Lageman.
Cal likes what they've found inside with Lageman in that slot position. And this is just actually going to be a double move. Good protection inside. You always obviously have to have that. And then Lageman makes an outside move on the linebacker and then comes underneath late. Good job of running a route, and Riley finds him once again.